9197 Wolfpack. This is your boy Tyler 9197 with your 9197 Black Wolf 9197 or 9197. Back with another video for you guys, and this time I'm about to go ahead and give you guys my thoughts on Ubisoft Plus coming to Xbox and Rainbow Six Extraction coming to Game Pass day one. And then the main question is Xbox and Ubisoft doing a major partnership deal going on? Questions. But before I go ahead and start any further with the video, I want to say three things real quick for y'all. So the first thing first, hopefully y'all having a great day today watching this video. Second, God is good all the time, so please go ahead and remember that. And three, go ahead and hit the like, the bell, subscribe so the Wolfpack can grow. Alright y'all, Ubisoft Plus coming to Xbox. I didn't say Xbox Game Pass, I just say Xbox. So for y'all, like, for this is really interesting because from what I saw from this news about Ubisoft Plus coming to Xbox, I've seen that Ubisoft Plus, I guess, been mainly on PC. So putting it on Xbox is really huge, but when I saw this, at first I was thinking Ubisoft Plus. I was like, wait a minute, it's coming to Game Pass? Because it's like, y'all, like, it's like Game Pass is already overwhelming with a lot of good games and stuff to play on it. And then of course, you know, it had EA Access, which is included with Game Pass. So when I heard Ubisoft Plus, I was thinking like, oh, they'll put Ubisoft Plus and Game Pass, like that would be wild. But then I had to think about it though. But I had to really like a little more into it, and they were saying that it's gonna be a separate service on there. So this is basically like it's another service of Ubisoft but it's on the Xbox platform. And for my knowledge, it's the only console that's gonna have that subscription service on there. And then on top of that, Rainbow Six Extraction, one of Ubisoft's biggest games releasing this year, is coming to Game Pass day one, which is good for Ubisoft and of course good for Xbox because fans of Game Pass, which is myself, are gonna play this game. And the thing about Rainbow Six Extraction, y'all, I was already kind of interested in the game, but I was like, I don't know if I was gonna really pay for it or wait on sale or, like, you know, really get into it at all, because you know how it be, y'all, when games sometimes it just overpower what you're doing, and eventually you just be like, you just might forget about the game, or you might come back to it later on, whatever. But for it to come on Game Pass day one, I'm all in, and I'm gonna play it when it comes out. But my biggest thing is with this video, let's talk about what's the potential of this partnership with Xbox and Ubisoft. Because my thing is with Ubisoft Plus, it may not be coming to Game Pass, but it's still gonna be on the platform. I'm thinking that there's potentially what might happen is once Ubisoft see how successful Game Pass becomes when it grows and grows and grows, because at the same time we don't know when Ubisoft Plus is coming to Xbox. They said it's coming to Xbox in the future. So my thing is, for them saying that, even though it does say it'll be a separate service from Game Pass, but I think what this also could mean is that, like, maybe for Ubisoft saying this, because I mean, I don't know, like I said, more like it probably is, like I said, a separate service just coming on Xbox. That's it, nothing more, nothing less. But to me, I feel like for no sake, it's coming out on Xbox in the future. That potentially what Ubisoft might be doing is they're waiting to see how successful Game Pass is going to be, which they already know is already successful now. But once to see how big it could really become, maybe Ubisoft Plus will eventually, even if it does come on Xbox, it may eventually come to Game Pass itself, because we already got EA Access on Game Pass. So if Ubisoft Plus of the Ubisoft titles come into Game Pass. That would be insane. But it's already insane for that service to come on Xbox, because that's just more games to play if you want to. But of course, like me personally, like I like Ubisoft games, but at the same time, like I'm not super crazy for them that like I want to pay their subscription service for it. I mean, I'm not 100% against it, but it's more like, you know, it's like I like their games, but not enough that I feel like I want to spend the subscription service for that platform. Because I was like, I feel like for me, I potentially see that like Ubisoft Plus will come to Game Pass, but I think with Ubisoft, they don't want to confirm it just yet that it's fully coming into Game Pass, because like I said, they are a business, so is so is Microsoft. They're a business, so they're just talking stuff over and doing a little partnership, and that's why they do in the first game is Rainbow Six Extraction, because I feel like Ubisoft was like, they know that this is a big game for them to come out, and like they feel like, well, if we put this day one on Game Pass, we will get a whole lot of traction into the games. Because let's be honest, y'all, it's not to say that no fans, no gamers get excited for Ubisoft titles. I'm not trying to say that, but you just like, I mean, for me, at least my personal opinion, I haven't really seen anybody ever get like super crazy, like, oh my god, for a Ubisoft title in a long time. Like the most I've probably seen anybody get like that when they heard about the remake of Splinter Cell. But any of that, I haven't really seen nobody be like, oh my god, the Ubisoft title, like you better go crazy for it, right? So for them to have that on Game Pass was going to really help. It's going to help Rainbow Six Extraction, because like hopefully my thing about Rainbow Six Extraction, hopefully it does turn out to be a decent game, because you see what happened for Rainbow Six Siege. That turned out really good for Ubisoft. So I feel like Extraction hopefully will be no different and be a solid game. And then with Game Pass, you got all these players that's going to try out the game. And I know Ubisoft, they're going to look at all that data. They're like, man, this is really good. And maybe, even though, like I said, even though they may not at all Ubisoft Plus don't come to Game Pass, but it's just on the Xbox platform, I feel like Ubisoft is still going to do a partner deal with Xbox, so they can still like throw out some of the games here and there into Game Pass for them to see, like, you know, the data and all that stuff. People are gonna play the games on Game Pass, but I still have a good feeling that Ubisoft Plus will eventually come into Game Pass fully. But for right now, they're just kind of testing the waters, like, hey, we're gonna bring the service, but it is separate from Game Pass. But I feel like if you still gonna have that there with Ubisoft Plus and seeing the success of Game Pass when it grows more and more and more, I feel like Ubisoft Plus is just gonna combine into Game Pass. So Xbox is gonna have EA Access and Ubisoft Plus within Game Pass. I mean, cause like I said, Game Pass is already amazing as it is, but like, which a lot of y'all know, it's like Xbox is far from done, like, because they have to constantly, because it is a subscription service. And think about like Netflix and movies, you always constantly gotta add stuff into there. So Game Pass is no different. They gotta add more. They always gotta add more games, or they gotta recycle games, or like I said, like that's how it is. Like you just have to have the main state. You always gotta have something consistently. So like I feel like Ubisoft is going to add more games in the future for Game Pass. But the biggest thing that I'm getting from this, just hearing about when Ubisoft Plus is coming to Xbox in the future, I feel like when they said to the future with it, even though they did say it's separate, I do feel like, in my opinion, what they're trying to say is it's gonna come in Game Pass, but we just testing the waters and just seeing that maybe we might think about it. And that's what I think for me personally, I think that's what's going to maybe end up happening down the line. But I mean, you know, time will tell, because we really don't know. But I do feel like with Ubisoft Plus still coming on Xbox just alone, as far as I think that's the only console Ubisoft Plus ever got onto, because I don't think it's on PlayStation, but still, like, for that, like, that's still a huge plus for Xbox, because gamers already, like, you know, you got Game Pass, you're like, oh, I'm already paying cheap. So you've got Ubisoft Plus, you might be like, I do like some Ubisoft games, and you know, like, and then I think they said you get all the DLCs and all that stuff for them games if you have Ubisoft Plus. So it's like, shoot, why not? I could go ahead and get that too, because it's pretty cheap. Like, that's what I'm thinking. So hopefully there's potential that it will come to Game Pass. But I think what will happen, like, if Ubisoft Plus does come to Game Pass, I have a feeling that Game Pass is gonna have a price hike, but I don't think it's gonna be like anything like too wild. But I do feel like eventually Game Pass, the price of what it is, it's gonna go up a little bit, because if they add Ubisoft Plus, you know, like if that ever happens. But I feel like it's a good chance it will. But overall, like, that's pretty much it, y'all. I think this is really good for Xbox. Honestly, it's definitely more competition. But besides that, and and plus just more games to play. Like, that's how I feel like it. Like, that's one thing I really like about Xbox, especially with this generation of gaming. Like, y'all, like, they just have so many games for me to play. It's just insane. Like, this is probably the most I ever played in my life, to be honest. I know I played a whole lot of games in my life, but this is like probably the most I ever like been on a platform so heavy to play some games. Like, even when I had my 360, I mean, even when I had, well, no, actually, I still have my 360, but like when I used to have my Xbox One, I'll use that for some. When I had my Xbox One, y'all, I didn't even game on the Xbox One as heavy compared to the heaviness I played on my Series X. So, like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the most I ever gamed at Xbox. I gotta thank Xbox for this, because they really came in for gamers, for us to play more games. And, like, it's always something for me to play on the platform. And what I love about it, because it's some games that come on Game Pass, is games some that I would never bought at all. But because I get to play them, and then depending how much I really like the game, depending on what it is, I may intentionally might buy it. Like, that's how it is, and I like it like that. And, like, you know, I just feel like Xbox for this generation, it's gonna be a force to be reckoned with. And honestly, like, no doubt PS5, they're gonna have games and stuff that can have some stuff that people want to play, which me included. But I feel like, honestly, Xbox just got stuff I like more of what's going on. And they just started. This started 2022. We haven't even got far into it yet, and like, Xbox already have games like lined up. Like I said, we're gonna have Rainbow Six Extraction coming on Game Pass. Then in February we're gonna have Crossfire X. Then in April there's Stalker 2, and then of course Redfall, Starfield. Like, there's a lot of freaking games coming out this year, and then there is some games that we don't really know Xbox is gonna have within this year. Like, that's gonna probably be like unannounced games, and when they drop it, you be like, oh, what is for Xbox? Like, that type of thing. But overall, that's pretty much it, y'all. So what are y'all guys' thoughts on Ubisoft Plus coming to Xbox and Rainbow Six Extraction coming to Game Pass day one? Do you like this idea, y'all? Do you even care about Ubisoft, or do you just have any excitement about this? Because for me, I feel like this is really interesting. I'm liking what Xbox is doing this generation. It's just more interesting, like, what they're doing. Sony, I feel like you kind of know what they're doing, so it's like whatever. But with Xbox, it's like you never know what's going to happen with Xbox. There's always something going on. But right down below, I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts. So, alright, Black Wolves, this is the end of the video. So please go ahead, hit the like, the bell, subscribe, and I say this all of my other videos. If you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and do so you can join the 9197 Wolfpack. This is a fun kickback gaming channel which has the greatest community in the world, which is you guys, the Black Wolves. So go ahead and spread the word to your friends and family who likes gaming, so they can go ahead join the Wolfpack, because everybody's welcome to the pack. And all I gotta say, y'all, just stay tuned for part 5 or Perfect Dark Zero. And what else? I think that's pretty much it. Like, cause I would say yeah, just Perfect Dark Zero, cause I was trying to think like what else, like if I was gonna do anything extra, this and that, like content wise, but I feel like right now that's gonna be it. So stay tuned for part 5 for Perfect Dark Zero, and that's pretty much it. Alright guys, I love y'all. Peace. God bless y'all. TGDS 9197 out.